Space is full of things to discover. Every day, we try to discover things about space in many different ways. Looking at the stars, going into space, or sending space probes to other planets are just a few examples of things we've done to learn about space. Let's talk about space probes. 2 space probes were sent by us humans into space with missions to collect information for us regarding asteroids. These 2 space probes are the Rashad Spacecraft and the Dawn Spacecraft. The Rashad Spacecraft, I'll just call it Rosie, was launched on March 2nd, 2004, and given the task of studying the comet 67P Churyumov-Gerasimenko in detail. I'm just going to call it 67. This thing cost us roughly $1.2 billion to make, and it was built by the European Space Agency. While Rosie was studying 67, it detected ammonia, hydrogen cyanide, and hydrogen sulfide, which smells horrible altogether. There were some of life's components found as well, which hints that comets could have been a big factor into bringing life onto Earth or other planets. Sinkholes were also discovered that resembled ones in Florida, which means there could be a crust-like structure on 67. The Rosetta had its ending though, and it sounds rough, but scientists consider it to be more of a grand finale. It actually crashed into 67 on September 30th, 2016. Overall, the Rosetta gave us a better understanding of 67 and what could potentially be on other comets. The Dawn spacecraft was launched by NASA on September 27, 2007, and was given the mission of surveying 2 of the 3 protoplanets, which are Vesta and Ceres. The Dawn costed about $446 million to make, once again by NASA. The first body Dawn surveyed was Vesta, official name for Vesta. Vesta was named after the virgin goddess of a home in Earth based off of Roman mythology. It is almost the same size as Arizona and is one of the largest objects in the asteroid belt next to its sister, Ceres. Dawn had discovered several impact craters and basins and also unveiled that enough information was gathered to determine that the gravitational field of Vesta is comparable to that of a celestial body with an iron core. Proof that water once existed on Vesta was also found as well. The second body that Dawn was tasked to survey was Ceres. Ceres was actually the first mass to be discovered in the asteroid belt. The name came from the Roman goddess of corn and harvest. It was first spotted back in 1801 by Father Giuseppe Piazzi, an Italian astronomer. When it was first discovered, it was deemed as a planet and then later changed to being classified as an asteroid, then finally recognized as a dwarf planet along with Pluto and Ares. Believe it or not, Ceres happens to have a lot in common with Earth and Mars and even has lots of water underneath its surface. On top of the surface, there are these very white areas seen on satellite images. These have become known as bright spots, where chemical reactions could be taking place, and ammonia was also found on the surface too. Dawn is still in orbit to this day and continues to dish out information to us about its findings. Scientists say that Ceres is a very active planet and is a target for exploration in the future. And to open your mind a little bit, this was only a very short version of all that was discovered by these 2 amazing spacecrafts. Who knows what we can find as we conduct more exploration missions into space?